In 5th grade, we had this program where we would hang out with the kids in pre-K, which is basically preschool, but not. Anyway, our teachers presented us with the idea of helping those pathetic little toddlers do their work and also play with them. At first, I kind of felt like revolting. Thine must want me to use Excel to help young children, until I got scared and joined anyway. During recess, we had to join up with the pre-K kids and do stuff like crafts and play and crafts and play, and you get the point. You may be wondering, what could be so wrong with helping these young creatures? Well, there's a reason I've been calling them creatures. I don't know. They were, a bit, I don't know, they weren't that bad. For any of you who know how young children act, you know that dealing with them can be hard, especially when they never listen. But the first story I'm going to tell you isn't about how bad they are, it's about jealousy. Basically, one of the first crafts that we did was, I think, around Veterans Day, so in the American school that I was in, well, they wanted us to help them make the United States flag. The one challenge we had was, in fact, well, we didn't have any scissors because they're 3 years old. Anyway, the toddlers we had to work with were actually some of the nicer kids, although the one I had to take care of really liked to bend my finger back. But in the end, they were proud of what they made, although there's one small discrepancy. The other group basically made the flag perfectly, because they tore the paper with a ruler to guide it. So when I saw what they did, I felt undying jealousy. No, but actually, I was actually jealous because pre-K kids get nap time. The rest of that story was just kind of, side story. Next, I'd like to just tell you a few short stories before we got to the big one at the end. When we eventually got to recess, there was a part of the play structure which apparently are called inclined parallel bars, which are basically two metal bars placed a foot away from each other that you're meant to slide down. Anyway, I don't know what person designed this play structure was thinking, because these kids were only like 3 to 4 years old, so they couldn't even slide down the bars like you're supposed to. Also, I don't know who had the idea to even make inclined parallel bars. They just make no sense. It's a slide without a center. Why'd they make that? What's even stranger is how some inclined parallel bars aren't even used for sliding, which does make sense for ones which aren't slanted. Anyway, stupid idea. The next one of these short stories I'd like to tell you about is the spinning chair. The spinning chair is basically a chair that wobbles around and spins. If you wanted to sit on this chair, you have to push aside every single kid in a 20-meter radius to even get close to it. I might have exaggerated. Anyway, on to the big story. Pre-K Water Day. Pre-K Water Day is a day that was hyped up by all the teachers. But oh boy, it was awful. To explain what Pre-K Water Day is, I'd have to put some awful images in your head. Imagine 20 psychopathic toddlers with water guns, water balloons, and even tricycles. Along with that, I had to take care of my pre-K buddy, who is younger than all the other kids and still hasn't learned to speak yet. Also, we couldn't even get revenge on the kids because the teachers told us not to. At the start of Pre-K Water Day, it was actually calmer than I expected. Toddlers were blowing bubbles and riding tricycles, but then the water gun was introduced. All hope was lost, and my only goal was to keep my socks and shoes dry. Oh yeah, I also forgot to bring a swimsuit. Anyway, remember when I mentioned those tricycles? Yeah, not just the toddlers were riding them. Also the big kids. Honestly, it was pretty funny, especially the extra small bike because all the toddlers refused to go on that one. Other than that, now my shoes are wet. One of the teachers decided that it would be a good idea to throw one of the water balloons directly at my foot, literally while they were filling it up. Great. Now I have wet socks for the rest of the day. From my limited memories of this time, I remember one of my friends, which I'll call Bill, decided it'd be a fun idea to go into one of the small toy shops and request if anyone wants a burger, and then squirt them with water. At the end of the water day, all the kids got an ice pop, and I got myself trauma. After the water day, my socks were wet, my clothes were wet, and I feel awful. I had to get one of the school's emergency clothes and a towel from the nurse's office. I also had to carry my soaking wet clothes in a bag for the rest of the day. After all that, although I thought it was annoying, helping pre-K was pretty fun. And if some of you younger viewers get a chance like this, don't take it.
Okay, so I have two things to say at the end of this video, and sorry for taking so long to get it out. First of all, Stebby Animates, thank you so much for the fan art. And for my upcoming videos, y'all get to decide what I wear. Like, completely going on for the rest of my channel. Since, like, I think my, character is just kind of boring. So, whatever comment gets the most likes on my video, I will wear. Well, like, the outfit that you name. I will not wear the comment, but your comment will be featured at the end of the video. Bye.